Fear and love. Those are the two things, man, that really run everything for us. That's how our programming is designed. You're either gonna make decisions out of fear or you're gonna make decisions out of love. And you can always tell the difference. Fear are the things that hold us back, cause a lot of negativity, hurt, turmoil, pain, confusion. Ain't nothing but fear. Fear is the devil. We're sitting up and worried about things. We anticipate the negative, the negative aspect of life. And we just scared. But I understand why though. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing. Like, I get why people be scared. I get why I be scared. That fear is the real thing because it comes from a place of pain, Somewhere down the line, somebody hurt us real bad, man. Somebody broke our heart, disappointed us, finessed us. You know what I'm saying? Took advantage of us, did something wrong. And that feeling, that emotional trauma that you experience when you go through those things, they throw you off. And for some of us, man, it's impossible to bounce back. It's impossible to break it, let it go, get over it. It's like, how? You know what I'm saying? Some of us, man, it was a bad relationship. Some of us, we lost loved ones. Some of us, it was even more traumatic than that. We had people taken away from us. You know what I'm saying? Violent situations. Some people that got shot, killed. You know what I'm saying? Raped, beat up. I mean, it's just a bunch of shit. So that fear that comes from those things is real. I mean, it's just a real thing. You know what I'm saying? But that's the trick of the devil, to make you think that, hey, you go through something and you got to be stuck there, or you become a victim to what that is. That's the trick of the devil. You know what I'm saying? And we all have been there, especially those of us that's from the bottom. If you come from, the environments that I came from, man, them harsh backgrounds, I'm from Chicago. Rough time, man, from the East. You know what I'm saying? There was a time when I remember when I was a kid, around 13, 14 years old, that summer, we had more than 30 murders just in our neighborhood alone. You know what I'm saying? A lot of my friends, man, people that I've cared about, walked with, kicked it with, dead, gone. And it was traumatizing. To this day, I still live with that trauma. You know what I mean? Real shell shock, like being in a war. You know what I'm saying? And PTSD is real. Because those are things that you never get over. You never forget those. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I seen people dead in the street. You know what I'm saying? And you a kid. And when your innocence is tainted like that, that bothers you. You know what I'm saying? You carry that for a long time. And it take therapy and prayer and, you know what I'm saying? A bunch of self-awareness and, you know what I mean? You just got to really work hard to get over it. In a lot of cases, you may not ever get over it. And that's just the reality. You know what I'm saying? And that's where that fear comes from. Fear of people, fear of relationships. You don't ever want to experience that again. So I understand it. I totally understand it. Some people, it's not that dramatic. It may not have been, losing a loved one through violence. But it could have been, trauma through a relationship. That first time around, man, out the gate when you love somebody and you believe that this person is for you, you know what I mean? Shit get real. You give your body to them, give your money, your time, your energy, and they hurt you, they lie to you, they finesse you, they disappoint you. That shit can break anybody, you know what I'm saying? And that shit real. Sometimes it's intimate relationships, real romantic relationships with your partner. Sometimes it's your family. Your mama hurt you, your daddy hurt you, grandma hurt you, auntie played you, you know what I'm saying? Grandpa did something bogus. I mean, it's a lot of shit. So again, I totally understand where that fear comes from. I get it. You know what I mean? The devil speaks to us highly in those places of pain. Straight up. But that's the trick. Because you got to remember, man, who's in control, who's in charge. God is the winner. God is the creator of all these things. And there's no way that God has created us to not live a life of abundance, to not live a life of positivity. The belief is, or the trick is, that you have to believe it. You have to find out hard, and you got to look at things a different way. You got to change up your perspective, Some of us look at things that happen to us and we say, hey, why me? I didn't deserve that. I shouldn't have went through that. And they play victim. And I get it. You can play victim all you want. Look at the results. It's not going to change what happened. It ain't going to do nothing but taint your future. And then you ain't going to do nothing but sour everything that's going on right now because you can't see past the pain. But some of us also turns that pain to progress. And we say, hey, this did happen to me. But guess what? In spite of the fact that I was dealt this hand, in spite of the fact that I experienced some of these bad things, I'm still here. I'm still pushing. I still got faith. I still got joy. Somehow, some way, I still find a way to laugh. I still find a way to laugh. I still find a way to smile. Waiting on you? Alright. It's like somehow, some way. How? You know what I mean? That's the audacity. You know, Barack Obama had a book that he wrote called The Audacity of Hope. You know what I'm saying? And then he gave out his background and he laid it out, right? And he had the nerve to say that, hey man, he was born, raised by a white mom, middle class home, didn't have much, you know, didn't even know his father, you know, and for him to be a little black boy being raised by this white woman in this little small town, he still figured out a way to dream and believe and had the audacity to have hope and faith. And this man made it to be the president of the United States. So come on, bruh. There's millions of us, billions of us that have this story of triumph. Despite of our, you know, terrible upbringings, despite of our past, millions of us out here have amazing, amazing, amazing stories that learn how to use our pain and turn it to progress. You know what I'm saying? That's a talent. That's a gift. That's grace. But that's what is necessary in order to get to the next level. Otherwise, you know, you could turn that pain into more pain. And you could follow the devil. And you'll follow yourself into what we call a living hell, where you're just so scared, you don't know what to do. You don't trust nobody. You don't believe nothing. You're pessimistic. Everything gonna go wrong. And you ain't gonna do nothing but continue to attract all of that to yourself. And that's a terrible, terrible way to live. Not of abundance, but of lack. Everything in your life is lack, you know? And some of us living it right now. Can't pay your bills, can't find a relationship, you know what I'm saying? Can't get a job, you know, can't find good friendships, don't trust nobody. Everything is just negative. And then you think it's them. That's the crazy part. The tweak is you really think it's somebody else. You really sitting out here like, oh man, the world is blah, blah, blah. No, it's you. It's the way that you see it. You know what I'm saying? Like my boy Drew say, when the pitch ain't perfect, you got to switch up the palette. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you have to. That's the only thing that we have. That's our true strength, is we have the ability to see it a certain way. That's what make us creative. That's what make us godlike. So that's the love. That's the trick. You have to have faith. You have to be grateful. And you have to figure out a way to see the world different. Otherwise, you'll die, man. And who wants that? My boy, how you been?
I'm good. You know, I'm just throwing shit